Hello everyone, my name is Danny and I'm here today with Samir Chantre and we are going to preview the 2022 IBJJF World Championships. Samir, thanks so much for joining me.
Of course. This is a fun one.
This is a great Worlds, and one of the great things about it is that it's returning to the Pyramid in Long Beach. So I'd love to start this out just getting your thoughts on the Worlds coming back to Long Beach and coming back to the iconic Walter Pyramid.
And I'm super excited for that for a few different reasons. One, it became the temple of Jiu-Jitsu, So the Pyramid just, if you think about Worlds, if you think about the major tournaments, you do see the Pyramid in your head right away, For the longest time, it's been there since 2007, right? So it just so many iconic matches, so many idols came up from there, so many memories. So it's definitely amazing because of that. This is one of the reasons. And the second one is just, in my opinion, like for me particularly, it just feels like we are getting back to normal, So it just feels like June again and Pyramid, it just feels like, okay, we're back, like Worlds is back. These past few years, like Worlds, of course, it's been amazing. It's amazing to be able to have Worlds this past few years, but not being in the Pyramid and not being in June, it just feels different, And now it's just, we are back. So I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited for that, and I'm pretty amazing that and with this amount of talent competing in the Pyramid in June, it's just we're back. It's complete,
The energy in the Pyramid is always crazy, and like you mentioned, the divisions this year are completely stacked. So I thought we'd hop into the divisions. I think one of the ones that people are most excited about is the lightweight division. We obviously had Mika Galvão drop down to the lightweight recently. We also have Jonathan Alves, Tai Ruotolo, Mateus Gabriel, Lucas Valenti, Espen Mathisen, Pablo Lavicelli, and many more names that are all top contenders at lightweight. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the lightweight division, how you think that could potentially play out.
Man, this is, I think, is the craziest division of the year. Like, it's definitely, I'm not gonna miss any of the matches. Starting like the first, I'm excited to see the bracket. Actually, like I'm excited to see the bracket because first match is already gonna be like fireworks. Like there is no way out of this division. Like just so many great talent, and super excited to see Mika Galvão in this division, dropping down to lightweight, and with this roster here, with this a group of talented guys, it's just gonna be amazing matches. Of course, I want to see Tai Ruotolo, like the current brown belt world champion there, and Mateus Gabriel. It's just, I think he is the only black belt world champion in the division, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely, but in the featherweight division last year, runner-up. So in lightweight, so I do think this division is going to be really good. So many talented, Jonathan Alves, Aleph, so many good talents there that. And you can see like the amount of like the competitors, not only their talent but their game too. Like so many guys with so versatile. Like Mateus Gabriel, for example, has an amazing guard and super good passings. Like super good on top and bottom. Same thing with Jonathan Alves. Like his game from the bottom, his game from the top. So I'm excited to see these matchups. I'm excited to see this matchup. I'm excited to see. Tai Ruotolo, I'm excited to see Mika Galvão, man, like in that division with this amount of guys, and it's just it's gonna be a fun to watch. I'm not missing one match since day one from this division. I'll tell you that.
You made a great point about how a lot of these guys, they're very well-rounded. They play really great on bottom with their guards. They're great passers. They have great submissions. And I think that makes for some really interesting matchups, like you said. And another interesting fact about the lightweights is that we've had 3 major championships in 2022 and 3 different lightweight champions. We had Espen at Europeans, we had Pablo Lavicelli at Brazilian Nationals, and Jonathan Alves at Pans.
That's a great point. It shows how open the division is, right? It shows how much of challenge we'll see. Like the matches are gonna be great. I'll be very honest. I can't name a winner here. but I do I do can name you like some matchups that I want to see. Like I said, like some really interesting. And I think one match in particular that, if you ask me, I think Matheus Gabriel and Mika Galvão. I think that match is gonna be fireworks, man. Like I really want to see that match.
Yeah, that match would be insane. Both those guys are submission hunters, super well-rounded. That would be an incredible match.
Yeah, can't wait for that division.
The next one up is equally as stacked, middleweight. We have Tainan Dalpra, who's pretty much been dominant in that division in 2022, but there's some other really good contenders in the division. Ronaldo Jr., who Tainan had an incredible match with at the Pans. You have Andy Murasaki moving up from lightweight, who's always at the top of the podium or close to the top, and Leo Lara, Tommy Langiker, Manuel Hibamar, Jefferson Guarassi. There's some really exciting matchups in that division too, so I'd love to hear your take on middleweight.
That division is also super stacked. The matches. If I look back at Pan Am's, the matches were incredible. Like so many good matches, and in particular, of course, what I mentioned before, Ronaldo Jr. and Tainan Dalpra. That match was crazy. Probably one of the best matches this year, and I'm definitely excited to see that rematch playing out. But some really good other talents is here too. Seeing ending that division, it is something that we might even like, especially like this year where we're gonna have on the first day all the way to the semis. I think that's gonna be good for him because he's gonna be he doesn't need to drop the weight, So he's a really good guy to watch in that division. Let's see how he's gonna do there with slightly bigger guys. But seeing Tommy there too, Tommy is always fun to watch. I always like watching Tommy. Like just this incredible game. His guard is amazing. I believe he was runner-up world champion at one point. We got Servio Tulo, Manuel Ribamar on that division too, dropping out from medium heavy. This is a guy I want to see too in that division. Watching his matches in this division, particularly that's the fight that I want to see, Manuel Ribamar and Tainan Dalpra. I think their styles will be really good together. I do want to see that match playing out. Hopefully, let's see. I'm gonna wait for the brackets like this. I want to see that match playing out. I want to see how Ribamar passes are gonna do against Tainan's guard. I'm pretty excited for that division too, though. Like so many good talent. It's Ian Paiva too is another guy I like watching. Jefferson, which was the runner-up Pan Am champion. So yeah, so I'm excited for this one too. Super stack.
That's another one where, like you mentioned, for lightweight, we're just waiting for the brackets to drop so we can see all the matchups and figure out where we need to be in the pyramid to catch all the action.
Yes, definitely. I can't wait. And one thing that I always say too, that like middleweight is that division where just like the body type, like they have the explosive, they are flexible, they are strong. It's just a good body type. So for that division is always fun to watch. You're always gonna see the athleticism mixing with the great technique and the talent and the flexibility. It's just a super fun category to watch. And combined with this amount of talented, you can't go wrong watching this division.
Let's move up to medium heavy, another division. Lightweight through medium heavy are all just insanely stacked. In medium heavy, we have Gustavo Batista returning. He won in 2021 in that division. We also have Bruno Lima. We have Jansen Gomez from Checkmat, the rookie black belt who won Worlds at Brown. We have Isaac Bahien's moving up a weight category to medium heavy. Pedro Mourinho, Leandro Lowe, Roberto Jimenez, Murilo Santana, and Sebastian Rodriguez.
Yes, that's another great division right there. Leandro Lowe always, it's always somebody that I look forward to watch. Like a legend in our sport. He did amazing and put up a show at Pan Am this year too. Sebastian is the current champion from that division at Pan Am's. So he won Pan Am's this year, so that's another guy that I look forward to watch too. Murilo Santana, always fun to watch. This guy's a legend. His game is super tight and great. His the detail on his passes is something that I always watch. Just so systematic, so patient, and so tight. Everything like his guard passings are just clean. Isaac Payense going up to middle heavy. That's I do want watch because I do think his game is pretty suitable for the middle heavy. So I do not think he will feel much difference in that division based on his game. His game is super solid for that division. On that portfolio, another guy that you really want to watch, Jason. He is a guy you want to watch. You don't want to miss him. He's super exciting fighting. It is his first year as a black belt, so let's see how he does there. And then Gustavo Batista, I think he's the guy to beat in that division. Current world champion, and his game is just solid. It's one thing. It's just really hard to see him make a mistake. Like his game is good from bottom, from top. You rarely see him making a mistake on his game or even his strategy. So he's definitely a guy that I look forward to watch in every tournament he goes. So I'm excited to see some matchups there. So some really good matchups that can come out of there. Watching maybe Gustavo Batista and Isaac Payense. Let's see that play out.
That would be incredible. I would love to see that matchup. I want to move on now to some of the female competitors because we've had some pretty dominant champions in 2022. Let's start at roosterweight with Maisa Bastos. She started out her year winning the Europeans. She also won the Pans, and then she recently won the Brazilian Nationals. What are your thoughts on how Maisa's performed in 2022?
Yeah, Maisa has been flawless. Her performance has been just top of the top. She has been very dominant throughout the years, and she has some good matchups here that most of them we've seen it before. Other girls that I see in that division that they're really good. Brenna Larissa, Lavinia, Jennifer, some of the matchups that she had, that Maisa had in the past, and gave him some really good fights. But I do see Maisa there doing really good again, as looking past in the past tournament. She has been, I think that's her third year as a black belt, third Warriors as a black belt, and she won the previous two, so that she would be going for her third title this year. I think since last Worlds, she won Pan Am's, as you said, Europeans, Pans, Brazilian Nationals, and she goes for her another gold this year. And if she gets that gold, she clears up all the major tournaments this year. So pretty impressed by her performance. She has been super solid and very consistent. Her consistency. It's something just different. She has been amazing there.
Yeah, that's a great point. You mentioned Maisa's going for her third world title. Someone else who's been dominant in 2022 who's actually going for her first world title is lightweight Natalie Ribeiro of Checkmat. Can you talk about Natalie and just the progression that she's made over the years to get these amazing results at major tournaments?
Yeah, so Natalie has always been a great competitor, but I think this year she had a major jump in performance. Her game has been tighter than ever. Her you see her game super consistent and not making mistake. She sticks to her game and brings the fight to her game, which is not an easy thing to do. And she has been one of those competitors where you can see not only by results but also in her game you can see how she's progressing. She has been on this positive trend, for the past years, and you can see that results are speaking for itself. She won all the major tournaments this year, and she's going for the world gold if she can repeat what she has been doing, and she won't have an easy time there. Some amazing competitors, including the current champion Gabrielle McComb. So she's gonna have some really good challenges there, but if she keeps the pace, if she keeps doing what she has been doing this year, she can do really well, and who knows, leaving with another gold medal in another major tournament this year. It's gonna be fun to watch this division, though. It's gonna be fun to watch this division. It's a stacked division and 18 competitors, so it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm really excited to watch Natalie, and just that whole lightweight division is gonna be really stacked.
Yeah.
So we can't really talk about the female competitors without talking about Gabriele Pessanha. She won double gold at Brazilian Nationals, and with that accomplishment, she won the double Grand Slam, starting with the 2021 Worlds. Then she won double gold for the 2022 Europeans, 2022 Pans, and 2022 Brazilian Nationals. Let's talk about Gabriele and the open class, because she's been really dominant there. She's had some great matches with Yara Suarez that have been relatively close, been good battles, but she's come out on top in the last, I believe, 4 matches. So do you want to talk about Gabriele and that female open class, how you see that kind of shaking out?
So Gabriele Pessanha, there's not much to say about her, right? Without saying that she's been just flawless and amazing. Her game has been improving so much. Like she has been very dominant, but just now I think she's getting a little bit further and further away. You know, like with that dominance. Like the results are there. I don't think that have ever happened before. A double Grand Slam in a black belt division. She does have some great competition. If you look, like Yara has been in basically all the finals that she has been there, you know, with her. So she also has been super dominant until she gets to Gabriele. Gabriele just has been in another level in this division, looking back to these previous tournaments. The division that she's at, I do see in the super heavy division that finals playing out again, and in the open class, both of them will have some good challenges too. We do have Rafaela Guedes competing. We do have Fernanda Mazelli and some other great competitors, Elizabeth Clay, and so a bunch of really good competitors that I'm sure there will be some good fights. But these two were just on top there, and Gabriele has been one step ahead of all the other divisions. So I'm excited to watch Gabriele as always. And this whole division, I think a good matchup too. It's gonna be Rafaela, and eventually, if they're on the open class, Rafaela Guedes and Gabriele, that'll be a great match to watch.
Yeah, that would be a great match that I don't think we've seen before, so definitely looking forward to that one. And I do want to talk about the male open class, but before that, let's talk about Xande Ribeiro. He's an IBJJF Hall of Famer. He's a 7-time world champion, and this is going to be his last dance, his last time competing at the IBJJF Worlds as an adult in the pyramid. Talk about Xande, his legacy, and just what you expect him to bring to the heavyweight division this year at the Worlds.
So Xande Ribeiro it's always a guy that I've been watching since I was younger. I've seen him winning open classes. I remember watching him winning the open class, beating Roger Gracie in the finals, I think twice, in the Great Tijuca Tennis Club. So his game is amazing. He's the intensity he puts on his matches. Never a guy that never stop moving forward in all his matches. When you're losing, he'll always push forward. He's a guy where you can expect a flying armbar in the finals of Worlds. You know, he never looked back. He never like. I've seen him, like, I think it was semifinals or finals, 2010 or 2011, something like that. He threw a fly armbar. He's like, just his game, just his intensity. He's an icon in our sport. He's Hall of Fame, but just somebody that speaks not only his results, he speaks for himself, just who he is too. So, and the legacy that he's leaving behind. So it's like, it's sad to think about that you're not gonna see him competing anymore. But at the same time, it's like you look back and you see how much he has left on the mats, you know, and it's just like looking at his career, like you can't be sad about it, you know, like how much he did for our sport, how much he put out there, how much he left out there. It's just amazing to look at his career. You can, like, I can play videos of him, of his matches all day there and be entertained, you know, like just his game, and it's just, and he's leaving a great legacy, you know, like a lot, and competing alongside with his students too. So it's, yeah, like I said, it's sad that we're not gonna be able to watch him after that, but I'm excited to see his performance there, you know. I'm excited to see his performance there, his last dance that he's mentioned. I'm excited to see him because, as I said, there's no one match that he goes that it's not exciting, you know. So he always puts a good show, always goes forward, always fights forward, and that's what we want to see. Yeah, that's what we like to see, right?
He's in such a great heavyweight division, and maybe we'll even see him jump into the open class. So let's talk about the open. Yeah, it would be great to see him in there. This year we've had 3 different open class champions for 2022 major tournaments. At Europeans, we have Felipe Andrew. At Pans, we had Eric Muniz. And at Brazilian Nationals, we had Gutenberg Pereira. So the open class has also been one that's kind of been up for grabs. Can you talk about those guys and other potential contenders for the 2022 Worlds Open class?
Yeah, definitely. Eric Muniz is a guy you want to watch. Won Worlds last year, beating Preguiça in the finals, which was pretty impressive. Or semis, I'm sorry. No, I think it was the finals, correct. We do, Felipe Andrew is a guy you always want to watch. You can never miss his matches. Super entertaining, really good matches. He is always on the top, no matter what. He's always on the top. Very consistent fighter. Every tournament he enters, he's just very consistent, you know, like he's always there, always in the podium, always doing really good. I definitely see him in the top 2. But one guy that I want to watch, that it's Nicolas Meregali. He's definitely somebody that I want to watch in this open class. I want to see how he's gonna do. But there are other competitors too that I'm super excited about. It Albert Santos, Vitor Hugo. So I think this open class, man, that it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really good. I think we put together, like in these worlds, the amount of talent in the heavier weight divisions are growing and growing. You know, and like I'll say, like I've been through probably a few different generations since I started competing, and I think this generation is one of the generations where we have the most amount of talents in the heavier weight division. I'm not saying, like, I'm not talking about one person in particular, like for example, Xande Roger was amazing, with Jacare, amazing individuals, but I'm saying the amount of competitors now that I think have chance on winning a open class division, I think it's more than before. I think before we had a few favorites. Now it's just hard to say. You know, like we just have so many great competitors in the heavier weight divisions that it's just hard for me to pick a winner. It's hard for me to say, hey, this matchup's gonna play out, because we never know. Having guys like I mentioned, that, and think about that, they're not even, like, some of them are not even gonna be in the podium, you know, because they're gonna face each other in the quarters, in the 8th finals, you know, like, so interesting. This division is gonna be like, I think it's gonna be one of the most one of the greatest open class, you know, like terms of like the amount of matches that we can see there, the amount of great matches and very challenging matches that's gonna happen. So I'm really looking forward to this world, this whole roster of competitors in the male division, the female division. It's just gonna be super interesting. I encourage you, everyone listening to this, do not miss these matches, do not miss these worlds.
Yeah, we did highlight some of the divisions, but you really can't miss any of them. They're all so stacked. They all have multiple competitors that could easily be champion, and no one would be surprised. So definitely do not miss any of the matches at this year's Worlds. Go to IBJJF.com to get updates on the brackets and the schedule. The action kicks off on June 2nd and wraps up on Sunday, June 5th. We're also going to have a Hall of Fame ceremony. So it's going to be a really, really great Worlds. And Samir, thank you so much for joining me and doing this. It was a really fun time.
Of course, thank you very much. I'm super excited. Thank you, and And look forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you guys at the Pyramid on June 2nd. Take care.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, guys.